Yo, it's Emmy out the Triple D and me, and you are now rocking with Nolazine. You know what I mean. Let's go.
This episode is brought to you by the Loyalty Club, one of the hottest brands out, where they keep their items limited and only for the loyal few. Check us out online at theloyaltyclub.us, or if you're in New Orleans area, you can check us out at our flagship store, 841 Fulton Street. You already know what time it is. Only for the loyal few, club time.
All right, so tell the people I'm like where you from, and I'm actually what I'm like Triple D means as well.
Oh yeah, man, it's the dirty D, but it's three times. Three times is what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? So Triple D and me, Dallas. I'm from the southern part of Dallas, representing L-Town, Lancaster. But you know we do this for the whole city.
Gotcha. So for us, you growing up in Dallas,
Right.
I'm like how it was for you.
What part?
Like, if there's any parts you grew up in Dallas, like how it was for you, like growing up out there.
I mean, it was cool for me because I was an Army brat. My dad traveled around, so my dad went to Carter High School. You know what I'm saying? But then,
But I actually know what that is.
you know what Carter High School is?
Every day had a movie.
Carter High.
Somebody
Yep.
came down here.
Yeah, he was around that time.
Promo, that's the reason I know the
Yeah,
music.
he was around that time. That's when he went, and he tried, got himself together, got into the Army to take care of the family. So we traveled around, and then came back to Dallas. Dallas was cool though, man. It was the time I was in ain't the time it is now, so it's kind of hard to just talk about that. We don't want to praise what was going on during then, but we made it out of there.
So being an Army brat, I always ask an Army brat, like, do y'all think that growing up in that type of growing up in that type of household gives you some type of discipline, but than most people?
Yeah, man. But the craziest part about being an Army brat is, Army brat. I don't know, no lack of better words, but the craziest part about it is the detachment that you have to have. So like my guy, Terry from New Orleans, he can always come back to New Orleans because he already had that foundation. So
that man from Dallas, man.
Yeah, but when you're in the army, you going somewhere for 1 year. You going somewhere for 2 years. You going to Georgia for 2 years. You going to Germany for 2 years. You going to Kentucky, Mississippi, anywhere, man. It's army bases all over. So you
on tour.
Yeah, you on tour. So now when you get there, you got. If you get a girlfriend, you got to understand that we only got this amount of time, and what are we gonna do after this time? If you got a best friend, what are you gonna do during this time? What are you gonna do after this time? You know what I'm saying? Because now that you older, you see that the relationships could be this tight, and then you know what I'm saying, phone calls dwindle or writing dwindles, and then y'all are distant friends or distant whatever you are. So you learn that. So like for me, I'm able to travel around the world and build relationships and make friends because that's what I do. It doesn't have to be lifetime long. It could just be, what do we need from each other? Commutualism. You know what I'm saying?
And I always saw that long distance relationships don't work.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Statistic wise.
Some people make it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very hard.
Yeah, shout out to them people who doing it.
Gotcha. So, far as becoming one music artist,
right?
How did you come up with your name? And what year would you say that you first came
popped
up
out?
with it?
Yeah. So that's a good question, man. So I started with I was actually in film. I went to film school, Columbia College Hollywood, Oxnard. Before that, I was doing fashion at University of North Texas. Me and my little bro, we decided to turn our visions into visuals. You know what I'm saying? So we went out there to do what we had to do. I used to just do the clothes for like the artists and to just support everybody. It didn't matter if you was doing this, we doing the same way we in here. All the brands and all the stuff. The artists need to come through. You need something. We need support. But my support extended more than just the fashion. We went to shows and we went and helped others and whatever it was. And during those times, people seen the way that I was supporting them, and they was like, "What does he do?" You know what I'm saying? So if I don't care if my the artist I'm supporting doesn't even know the crowd doesn't even know the song. I'm on there too. I'm out there. What you want me to do? You want me to get the microphone hype man? You want me to clap for you? We all the way in. And then when people noticed that, they were like, "What did you do?" So along that time, long story short, along that time, I was just being myself. I was just being me. So when people was like, "Man, who did that?" Me. Who made those clothes? Me. Who made that song? Me. who did that restaurant? Me. Let me spell it out for you. M-E. And that's where M-E all came about. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just being myself. I guess I was late to the game, especially with like, you know, hip hop. You know, everybody had their name and whatever that they, you know, their alter ego, whatever you call it. And, you know, I just came in and I was like, what would I do? I would just do me. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So, you know, do you remember your first song that you actually ever put out?
The first song I ever put out? I probably did a verse with a guy named Angelo Love. He's from Mississippi. It was like called 25 Ways. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part about that was I was just on there in the studio with them. And they were like, man, get on the track, right? And the crazy part, we finally got a royalty check. Royalty check was like $2.32, right? So I'm like, you know what? I was actually happy because now I was solidified on what I needed to do. So I got $2.32 check. And we was like, all we did was one show and an interview. And I got to that. You know what I'm saying? So that was probably equivalent to maybe, I don't know at the time what that was equivalent to.
Did you cash the check?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. I would have to think about that, yeah.
I was about to say, I'm like, can you cash the check?
Yeah, $2.30, but yeah, you get it. So now you kind of understand it. Now you know what you need to do. So I'm like, well, if I do more shows, if I tell more people about it, if I do this could have been $23. This could have been $2,000. This could be $200,000. So all I need to know, now I got a standard and I know how to multiply this. So when I did my own track, I already knew what to do. My one that popped off when worldwide was called Dance Like a Stripper.
Right.
And 2011, that shit was like, that was a time, you know what I'm saying?
And when you made the song, did you think the song was actually going to be that big?
Yeah, man, I actually knew it was. Like, everything I did was with well thought out with precision. I actually knew. It ain't even like no, you know what I'm saying? Everything I do is like a calculated risk, you know what I'm saying? So, but how I knew is when they start, you know, you get a jam when everybody jamming to the beat and the chorus. You get a hit when they rapping the verses. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean that's when you can kind of.
And so you came out with that song in 2011. I feel old because I know that song. Like,
hey,
I'm trying to remember what I was doing in 2011.
We came out with it 2024 again. They don't even know, so it's all brand new to you. Nah, for sure.
So, and bring me back to you know M.E. in 2011. Like, you know, and like what you was doing? Like you was hanging at a strip club. Like how did you come up with that song?
Oh yeah. So good question, man. You own it. All right, so in Dallas 2011, the strip clubs was different. They were gentlemen clubs, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who was out there during that time. It was a different time. Girls wasn't dancers, really. You know, that was like a taboo to do, you know what I'm saying? And if a girl went to a strip club, she had to be escorted by a gentleman. So if a girl tried to go, she's getting denied. It was beautiful. It was just us in that mug, and you already know we chilling. You know what I'm saying? So now you fast forward, the females will be outside and they will be like, "Hey, I'm such and such. Me and my girl trying to get in. Can we go in with you?" If they cool, they vibe, look good, whatever you like about them. If you want them to hang out with you, you escort them in. They sit with your table. You made some new friends. You know what I'm saying? So along that time, like I said, I was in Hollywood, California. Me and Romello Smello, tell your mama I said hello, my little brother, who was out there in California, and we would come back to Dallas to see what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And it was progressive. So it went from being walked in to a ladies' night every Wednesday or once a week to, you know, if you pay extra, you could bring a female in there to, hey man, it's wide open. You know what I'm saying? And I always wondered why were these females wanting to go into the strip club. You know, maybe the first reason was maybe they wanted to see who was in there. You know what I'm saying? Being nosy. And then it wasn't that. And then it was maybe they wanted the drinks, but the drinks wasn't really those kind of drinks. It wasn't no margaritas, martinis of what they were drinking at the time. It was Crown and Coke, you know what I'm saying, Jack, whatever it was. Give me some shots of tequila or something. So it wasn't the drinks. We thought it was maybe the music, but you know, it was trap music in there. They wasn't the R&B that the ladies was listening to at the time. And you like, okay, let me try to figure this out. So maybe they like girls, and you ask them, they like, nah, I don't like girls. So you kind of like, what are they really in the strip club for? So I mean, it's just my observation. You know what I'm saying? It could have been different for whoever else who's observed it during the time. So you know, you fast. Maybe you want to dance, but this time everybody loved strippers though. So everybody who went, we loved strippers. So to sum up all that, what I said is, everybody loves strippers. I just made a way for everybody to love everybody. So they would go to the club and dance like a stripper, and they would get that love that was, you know, so I felt
you made it like universal.
Made it universal. Yeah. You know
so
that
you just don't have to, you know, worry about this song getting played in a strip club. Everybody dance like a stripper.
Yeah. That's like a calculated, well thought out thing. Because it dance for a stripper, it may have worked, but it's not the same. Dance with the stripper may have worked, not the same. Dance as a stripper, may have worked, not the same.
Sound proper.
But yeah, but dance like one, yeah, it turned it up. It turned Beyonce to the Sasha Fierce. You know what I'm saying? Where she could just go this direction and then come back to wherever she wanted to be.
Gotcha.
No, for sure.
So, you know, but I see the chain on, but I gotta say this first. You know, when you talk about strip clubs,
yeah,
but the strip clubs go with wings.
Yeah, chicken strips.
So, you know, fast forward, how did you come up with Wing World?
Oh yeah, hey man, good question. Man, you own it, man. So Wings World, like I said, little bro was in Cali. Music popped out, put the song out, traveled around. And Dallas at that time, they knew what not to do, but they never knew what to do. So they could be like, man, don't go and fuck with what we cussing on here, we not.
Man, do your thing, man.
Yeah, so they'd be like, man, don't go fuck with them hoes, man. You don't know what they own. So when you traveling, you're not fucking with no hoes. Hey man, don't fuck with them niggas, man. Them niggas might be on some more shit. So you ain't even rocking with them niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't go over that part of town because, man, they doing that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So they always told you what not to do. They never really told you what to do. So, I mean, it's a message in that within itself. So all we did was travel and we ate. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my manager, Clyde Bates. We was just traveling and we was just eating. And we just took a liking to the wings. You know what I'm saying? Now, wings was the white meat. You know what I'm saying? You had to have the bread at first, you know, to explore down with the wings. I was kind of older when I was at first. I was, you know, leg and thigh from Church's Chicken. Mama come home with some shit like that. But so we traveled around. Then I was trying to get the places that I like to come to Dallas. So I would go like, let's just say, we'll go to Ching's Wings in Memphis. We'll go to American Deli in Atlanta. We'll go to Harold's Chicken in Chicago. We like, hey, come to Dallas. I'm telling you, man, it's it's wide open. It's food desert. It's the market. We know what's going on. And then they were like, yeah, nah. It's not the right demographics, not the right household income, not the right through street traffic. It's not gonna work. So they did they narratives, they numbers, and it just didn't add up. But for somebody who was from the city and for the city, I actually knew what was needed and wanted. I knew how they spent the money. I knew what was really going on. I'm like, if you do it, you're gonna win. So Wingstop was from Dallas, and I tried to get them. They said the same thing, right? Not the right education, not enough through street traffic, not the right demographics. And at that time, they wanted $1 million to do a restaurant. So you know, Dan's Like Strip was popping. We had we had enough to do what we needed to do, but they wouldn't even let us do it in the areas that we wanted to in Dallas because it wasn't right for them on their scale. So we created our own scale, you know what I'm saying? And we started putting we put our own restaurant in Lancaster, the city where I'm from. We put one out there. And then, I mean, you know what's crazy? Long story short, man, maybe 6 years later, they had a Wingstop right across the street. I could throw a rock and hit a Wingstop. It's that close. You know what I'm saying? Because they checked out the numbers. They checked, you know, open information, taxes, how much you know, it's all open information if you know how to look it up. And they looked it up like, oh, shit. They selling that many wings over there. As a matter of fact, we got to change it up. And they put stuff right there. So that's how the Wing World came about. You know, now we at 10 locations. And we rocking.
I just saw one on my clip of you know.
Yeah.
I'm about to get to that next. You know?
Yeah.
So you say, you know, you have 10 locations.
Yeah.
And you actually said one, I'm like, number, how much you make, I'm like, annually?
That's annually, yeah.
So, you know, for the people who don't know, I want you to tell them how much you make like annually.
Who, me or the Wing World, man? I'm talking about me, man. Wing World, man. That's the Wing World, man. And Wing World ain't making that, man. If you seen it, you seen that, man. Now we bringing that number. That was $6 million. That was last year, but we we on track to do. We're trying to get to the 10 million. We doing different things like franchising. You know, we got different locations that are franchises. You know, accepting investors and different things now that's gonna, you know, yield a higher return.
$10 million a year.
That's what we're trying to do. Yes, for sure.
At the 2024.
Yeah.
$10 million a year.
Yeah, but Wing World, man. Don't say you at me, man. Hey, don't come at me about it. Now, you know, it might come back to me, but it ain't going straight to me. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
just in case you got the IRS.
It gotta go everywhere.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? It gotta go to everybody.
Yeah, gotta go to everybody. That's employees, taxes, inventory,
you know,
payroll.
Yeah.
I'm actually crazy. I actually stack all that money for everybody else. You stack it for everybody else, man. You know what I'm saying? But if I don't do it, we don't know who's gonna do it. You know, we still got food deserts. We got places that, you know what I'm saying? We got areas that restaurants wouldn't dare come to.
Right. So, you know, Wing World.
Right.
Hey, but what is your best seller?
Best seller?
Yeah.
Oh man, we got this flavor called Honey Gold. You know what I'm saying? It's a sweet and spicy flavor.
Yeah, but they ain't got that same honey everybody be getting from the gas station, huh?
I don't know. I ain't seen that yet. You had to put your boy with the gas station honey?
Yeah, but you put that honey in the gas.
In his gold?
No, I'm saying you put honey in that chicken, everybody gonna be rocked up in Wing World.
Hey man, you might have started something new. The honey.
I just want 10%.
Oh yeah, for sure. The honey, New Orleans style.
Honey.
Nolazine style.
Oh, hey, but Nolazine make them scream.
Fact.
Gotcha. So, you know, for the entrepreneurs who watching, it's like,
right.
What's your advice to them?
What are they doing?
Being an entrepreneur. I tell people, entrepreneur, there is no set on a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta, you know, like when you love what you do, you work, you just do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to hear, like, you know, for somebody who's hearing someone
right
who made it as a rapper,
yep,
also made it as a entrepreneur with,
yep,
you know, wings. I want to hear, what's your advice to them?
All right. Well, I mean, since this is going to be some advice, give me somebody specific, and then we'll just break it down like that. Make it work for somebody.
All right. So if I wanted to get into, you know, the wing business,
cool.
And what's your advice to me?
What is your why? Why do you want to get into the wing business? What do you think?
Because I love lemon pepper wings.
Because you love lemon pepper wings.
Yeah.
And you just want everybody to love it with you.
No, I wanna get paid for what I love.
It's deep. That's a good why.
I tell every entrepreneur asks me, I tell them, do something that you love, and you'll do it with a passion. And if you do it every day, consistent enough, you'll get paid for it.
So what do you do? What do you do when somebody doesn't love what you love?
Fire them.
You fire them. What about the customers? They don't love what you love. So the tough part. The tough part about the love for it. I mean, you gotta
trick your customers.
Yeah, you gotta look at it like, are you gonna do it for fun? I do it for fun. People do things they love for fun, and then do things that other people love for funds. You know, so it's easier to charge somebody, be like, hey man, that's not what I'm into, but you pay me, we'll do it. But versus saying, you know, say this is what I'm into, and you pay me for what I'm into. So it's a good why to start. Man, when you get in that game, when you get into the restaurant industry, I seen a video about a restaurant yesterday, last night. It kind of like, it hurt my heart, man. One of the bloggers went in on a restaurant of somebody that I knew, and it's like, just went in and then just tore them down. I'm kind of like, you know what? The power of your position, man, you could have just went in there, took it back in there and was like, hey bro, this wasn't cooked this way, and hey man, let me swap this out for something else. And
you got people looking for views and clicks right now.
Yeah, you like, hey bro, then maybe the recipe wasn't the recipe that you liked. You know what I'm saying? And that happens. Right. Even at your own house, you can't even cook the same meal the same way every single time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you be like, oh damn, I'm gonna throw this out, man. It don't even taste good.
Like a lot of you, like right now, like it's always been a known fact. Like having a restaurant is like the hardest business ever. Mm-hmm. Like I have a friend, he has like 7 restaurants now. Mm-hmm. Probably working on his 8th one. Yep. And he sells hospitality. Yep. That's his biggest thing. Yeah, I know to get people to New Orleans. Yeah. Because I'm a known person. Yeah. And like I'm gonna get you to my restaurant in my club. Yeah. I'm gonna sell a full experience.
Yeah. You got to.
But everyone don't have that. Everyone don't have that position. Some people have that magic touch in food. Yeah. Like I got that. You know, everybody got that certain wing that everybody traveling the world to have. Yep. But everybody has their own methods and like techniques.
Yeah, for sure.
So like
and that's why collaboration is so good, because if you don't have that method and technique, then you can just, you know what I'm saying, adopt or absorb somebody who has it. So like the guy you got, hey man, somebody might not have it in another city. Be like, hey, I can open up the spot with this, and you add this to it, please. Or I can make it worth your while, or we can make it worth whatever we need to make it worth. So yeah, like even now we I came up with this new flavor called Spicy Cajun Ranch. Them like it's a flawless flavor. It's like it's crazy. Spicy Cajun Ranch, like I probably got 100% rate, and like my spots do about 17,000 customers a month. You know what I'm saying? And let's just say maybe 7,200 of them is getting Spicy Cajun Ranch on their order. And I mean, it could be because it was new, you know, a newer flavor, or it could just be because the flavor and the taste. But it's one of them flavors that is like, yeah, man, I appreciate you for even putting this flavor out. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same thing we come to New Orleans for, man. We heard about it, but let me just appreciate y'all for even, you know what I'm saying, putting this together. Same way like with your lemon peppers that you want to do. Hey man, if you love it, you like, man, I'm telling you why I love it. And I'm gonna implement my love for what I'm doing into everything I do. And that's the reason you come patronize with me. Because when I have a certain standard of how I like my stuff. I taught and trained my people of the standard that I like. And I'm pretty sure that the standard that I got is one that you guys would appreciate. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that'd be dope. And then plus you in a place to be, and you already got a building. Shoot, man, hey, you already 2 steps ahead.
So, you know, there's like ups and downs of having a business, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to speak on the downs, because, you know, every year ain't gonna be one on like a couple million $1 a year. Like every year might not be a $10 million a year. Every year might be like, you know, some years might be 1, or some years might be in 100,000. So like, I want you to like speak on the ups and downs of like, you know, having on like Wing World.
Yeah, okay, that's a good question. So, me and bro, our motto is we scale, we don't fail. So, no matter the ups and downs of what we go through, we never really go through it, if that makes sense. So I'll break down an example of a scale instead of fail. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say you got a spot that bring in $10K a week, right? And that goes all, let's say that goes, let's just say 30% to payroll, so 3,300, 3,000. And then let's go 30% to inventory, you know what I'm saying? And let's just say you got your fixed cost of your 10% that's in there. Then you got your operation cost in there also. All right, so
and when we back and we talk about, you know, the ups and downs of Wing World, where you say we scale, we don't fail.
Yeah, we scale, we don't fail. So let's just say we were going through the example of 10K a week. I mean, or whatever number. What number you want to do? It doesn't matter. Whatever the math you want to do, we'll just do the math.
We're going to keep it at 10K.
Okay, 10K a week. Okay, so like restaurant industry, you a success if you keeping your payroll under 30%. That means, you know, whatever that needs to be. You're a success if you keeping yours under the 30% inventory. These things are hard and difficult to do, but you have to do it because of these are the formulas of success that's been proven with the prior people, or proven by myself, you know what I'm saying? So let's just say scale, not fail. So I don't really feel a failure. I just scale everything I do. So if people are not patronizing with us in a certain amount, we will cut back on inventory. We will scale back on inventory. We will scale back on workers and employees to make it match up to the 30%. As long as the 30% is that, I can still keep my pay at whatever I need it to be. You see what I'm saying? If I exceed, let's say a failure will be me trying to be at the 30%, and then now let's say you hire somebody on and you have to pay them over the amount. Now you're at 40%, and now when you add up your whole 100% of your sales, you spending 110 or 20% of your money. You see what I'm saying? So now you're at a negative 20% every month. Instead, you have to scale it back if things are going on. You don't want to go above and fail. You just want to sit back and scale. Make sense?
Yeah, gotcha. So, being one music artist, entrepreneur,
Right.
If you could take it back, would you change anything?
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy? Like a lot of the artists out a lot of artists that are out now, I probably would have discovered them when I was when I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? I kind of jumped out of the music to be the entrepreneur that everybody was needing and wanting. You know what I'm saying? When I kind of could have did both, but instead I kind of just played into, you know what I'm saying, the one or the other. If that makes sense. And the whole time people was at, hey man, when the song, I would go. It's crazy. I'm an NBA agent now. 2 years, second year. And I can go in there, suit and tie, talking about nothing but what they want to talk about. And they'll sit back, what can you do for us? What can you do? And then at the end of the conversation, they're like, man, my daughter said you sang this song. And we'll go back to the music. I could be in a convention. I could be at a board meeting, whatever we at. I could be selling a franchise. I could talk about nothing but what they want to talk about. And at the end of that meeting, they're like, hey, don't you sing that song, Dance Like a Stripper? You know what I'm saying? I was the only one not really pushing that part of the testimony or that part of the journey. I was pushing more of a, hey, this. Even when it goes down to the artist, like, just fed T.I., just fed Ushers, just fed, shoot, we can go down, it's just a whole list of just artists, you know what I'm saying, that we bring food to. And we bring the food in there as Wings World, and they be like, bro, ain't you Emmy? Hey, what's up, man? Why? Woo. XYZ. When I could have just contacted them as, hey, what's up, man? Artist to artist. Hey, y'all in town, I got some food for you. We'll bring it out. And I could have got on the stage and performed and extended that brand, which also gave me the microphone in front of X amount of people and said, shout out to Wings World, and extended that brand. You know what I'm saying? It's more of I was grinding smart, not hard, but then it's a little smarter level I could level up to do. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that gotta be a crazy conversation trying to, close if we're trying to close one on an NBA deal. Right. Then end it off with, aren't you to do this thing, Dance Like a Stripper?
I know, right? But they got it, and but just saying the song title, and you could just say the meaning or the moral of what they're saying is ain't you successful? You know what I'm saying? Didn't you do this? Didn't you break a barrier? Like, to Dance Like a Stripper, man, if I had like an interview to talk about that shit, man, I had, I wasn't even getting played on Houston radio. It was a female program director, and she said that the stripper had negative connotation to it. I'm college. I'm a hood nigga that went to college. Or I'm a dude nigga that traveled around and culture because my pops, you know what I'm saying, my mama and them, you know what I'm saying? I just, whatever category we want to be in, you ain't got to even categorize it. It don't have to be that. But I understood what she was trying to say. So I was like, all right, well, cool. I'll make it or I'll show you that it's whatever we want it to be. It's the perspective of what we want it to be. So Dance Like a Stripper did not get played on the radio. Dance Like a Stripper did not get played on the radio.
But it still was a hit.
It still was a hit. Next artist that wanted to put out songs, they now was able to get played on the radio for what I got. Chris Brown had a song after 2011. After the next, he dropped a track called I Just Want to See You Strip Right Now. Boom. They like, okay, knock on the door. They already told me no, but they had to knock. Somebody else coming. They had 2 Chainz, Nicki Minaj came out with, yeah, I love the strippers. There's another night.
No, but I can bring one like way before them.
Yeah. I mean, you
T-Pain.
had T-Pain. Yeah, they had T-Pain, which he was a little
Way ahead.
Yeah, he was way ahead. So his time had went this way, and it stopped. That he don't even sing that really too much, but it stopped because they had tip drill.
Yeah,
tip drill.
Though.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah,
but he went all the way.
Oh yeah. He was really in love then.
Yeah, he really loved his stripper that he made.
Yeah, love is a crazy thing.
Yeah. But like, I won't get you in trouble, I wanted to ask you about your 2011 days with the strippers.
Oh yeah, remember what we said? We just said we weren't on none of that. You know what I'm saying? Dallas was like, nah, I ain't no gentleman. I'm a real nigga. No, I'm messing with you. Gentleman's Club. Yeah, you mean
Dallas has one of my favorite, I think it's a strip club.
Okay.
5 a.m.
Okay.
And
I wouldn't call it. I don't know what that was, but
I represent now.
I mean, shout out to 5 a.m. I got a track called 5 a.m. in Dallas.
All right, so I remember it was a
5 a.m. in Dallas. Check it out.
Yeah, it was like a blurred night, but I remember it was a good night.
It's always a good night in Dallas.
I remember what they let us bring our own liquor in.
Yep.
I remember popcorn.
Yep.
And I remember strippers. So I don't know if the strippers was really in there,
Yep.
or they were just in the section with us. That's why I say I think that 5 a.m. is a good strip club.
It's not
in your mind. 5 a.m. in Dallas. I just left 5 a.m. It's in your mind.
Strippers in 5 a.m. now because the strip club closed at 2.
Oh.
Yeah, they changed the regulations.
And somebody took me home that night. That's why I said it was a blurred night. Didn't have me driving in Dallas enough for me to go to jail.
Nah, damn.
But it was a good night. That's why I always say 5 a.m. It was a great night.
It's always a good night in Dallas, man. I'm telling you, we do get good feedback from anybody who come visit. You know what I'm saying? So, we appreciate you saying it was a good night.
It was a good night, Dallas.
No, for sure.
So, having a $10 million year, I gotta ask this.
Okay.
Do you think that you're gonna have a $10 million year because if the Dallas Mavericks actually went to the championship? Because everybody love wings.
No, it's about how we scaled. So but shout out to Dallas Mavericks though. We fed the Dallas Mavericks, and shout out to Jaden Hardy. We working with Jaden Hardy right now on the Mavs. You know what I'm saying, on the sports stuff. But yeah, we sponsored the Mavericks a few times, and we rock with them, and hopefully we'll be the official wings of the Mavericks. They say it's gonna cost us money. It's more than just being a good wing. They say it's gonna cost us some some young money, but we'll talk about that.
And you gotta spend that young money on.
Yeah, guys. Hey man, shoot man, that
ain't gonna be nothing like it.
That changed the profit deficit.
Man, you need Kyrie, and Luka eating wings.
Oh yeah, they definitely eating. Shout out to them boys. They definitely eating spicy Cajun ranch. Ask them about it. Ask Kyrie about the spicy Cajun ranch. When you see him, just all you gotta do is ask him. But yeah, it's really the amount of money. So what people don't really understand, the amount of money is relative. You know what I'm saying? You gotta it's still part of the scale. You have to take your business, whatever, and scale up. So like this spot right here, they got the shirts in the boutiques. Yeah. So I mean, whatever. What number you think they will make in here? Let's just throw a number.
Of the year?
Yeah, it's a number.
Possibly over 100K.
Okay, 100K. Cool. If they wanted to get to $1 million next year, all they simply got to do is you get with one other designer, collab, somebody like a Vision Tucson, somebody who does high end fashion. You know what I'm saying? Boom. You get into their fashion shows. You pull up on Fashion Week. Doesn't even matter if it's streetwear. That's what we're gonna do. We'll cut it up, do what we need to do. Put an online presence. Then you duplicate what y'all did in this store, and you franchise it out to someone else. You put into a package of maybe a $25,000 package. Hey, do you want this store in your city? We could do Dallas, New Orleans, Monroe, Shreveport, Tyler, Houston, whatever store. Hey man, it could be the biggest city, the smallest city. If your city wants this clothing, we can do it. $25 package. We'll show you how to do it. Come with the stickers, the stencils, the write-up, the business plan. You put that out there, and then you tell them, hey, I want a 6% royalty, or 10. You go 10%. I want a 10% royalty on what it is, and then the money to the million comes when you manufacture the clothes to them. So you set the price of whatever this clothes is. So if this t-shirt sell, I seen the shirt over there sell for $70. All right, that $70 shirt, let's say if he got it made for $10. You know what I'm saying? To his franchisee, he sell it to his franchisee for $15. That's a $5 on that. Then you add a requirement of the amount of money that needs to be spent. So now that's how you scale to your $1 million. So now if it goes the way you just said, you're on track for the $1 million. And that's how you scale to whatever you want to do. And then hopefully you exceed expectations. And then you go to this number, and then everybody else sees it and want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So being an entrepreneur, music artist as well, I gotta ask you,
Right.
like, what do you enjoy most about it, and like what do you hate about it?
Oh man, I don't even know what hate is, so that we can't. So I don't have
Take
a hate.
it out of there.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe what I love about being an artist, or what I love about being which one?
Both. And because at the end of the day, you are still both. Because
Oh, okay. So I would say, and what's another word for hate? Instead, let's not use the word hate.
dislike.
Dislike. I don't appreciate. That's what I appreciate.
No.
So say we do appreciate and not appreciate. Cause I was telling somebody I'm in my appreciation phase. I just had a birthday.
Something you don't enjoy.
And I enjoy. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do. So as an agent, I tell you. As a restaurant, I tell you. And as an artist, I tell you. Okay. So let's say agent. What I enjoy is seeing people reach their dreams and achieve their goals of what they put their hard work into. What I don't like is that you have to break the news to some people who've put their hard work and dedication into something, that their dream would have to be a little bit, altered. It won't, well, through you it would have to be altered. Maybe they could go to somebody else and whatever, but you have to break the news. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, that's one of those things where you just, and family support, and you gotta talk to the mom and the dad, and they put blood, sweat, energy, love, time, and affection into something of a craft, and then you gotta tell them, hey man, you didn't get picked, and it's not what it is. Hey, and the millions that we thought we was gonna make, we can try to still make it, but we have to go through this process this way. You know what I'm saying? And the likelihood of that happening, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It just that's one of those things. Restaurants, what I like to be able to feed the people. When I say feed, it's like a need. It's like not only are we feeding like with Wings World or all the other brands, it's not that we just feeding them food and nutrition. We're feeding them jobs in the community. You know what I'm saying? We're feeding them inspiration and motivation. You know what I'm saying? We're feeding sponsorships. We're feeding scholarships. You know what I'm saying? We're really from the city for the city. So it's being able to take those opportunities and, put those out there. I mean, that's a like. A dislike is maybe you have to, let's go as an entrepreneur. You have to govern yourself accordingly. You have to be your own boss. I mean, now, if you had a boss, you know what I'm saying, like Dame Dash say, if you had a boss, whatever, it could be negative or whatever, but it's actually kind of positive when you know how much money you guaranteed to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about millions and millions this way, but you're not really guaranteed to make it. I'm guaranteed to make it because I'm guaranteeing myself that I'm going to be disciplined. And I'm betting on myself. That's why I'm guaranteed to make it. But I do know that I'm not guaranteed to make it because I don't have anybody on my shoulder saying, hey, you off work. My store is open right now. We doing interviews. My store is open right now. You know what I'm saying? The workers cannot come to work and then my stores won't be open. Well, I would have to get on the phone and get some more workers in there. Or I would have to go do this. And then now I'm in love with my peace now. I just had a son. I got almost a 2-year-old now. I said you had a 2-month-year-old.
Yeah, 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. So I enjoy my peace, and I enjoy it so much that it kind of takes me away from my grind. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a couch that you gonna sit there.
You gotta find that hunger again.
Yeah, man, you gotta find it. You know what I'm saying? You sit on that couch and then you just like, oh shoot.
You don't want to get too comfortable.
You don't want to get too comfortable because next you know you watched 5 TV shows and you ate and you said fell asleep for 2 hours. But if you didn't even have a couch or you had a seat that was, you know what I'm saying, wasn't what it was, you like, I need to get up, man. I don't need to be sitting here doing X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? So
if my boy ran the fan or ran the battery out on the fan.
Oh man, that's it.
I ain't gonna say his name.
Yeah, man. So that is what it is. It is what it is.
Gotcha. And also, last but not least, tell the world, what can they find you at on social media and everywhere?
Oh man, you can find me everywhere. Ha! Literally, nigga. Like I be everywhere. Like shit, it don't matter. But Super Bowl finna be out here in New Orleans again, so you can find me there.
If you bring the wings.
Oh, if you set up something, I'll do it. You can find a kitchen. I do a wing fest.
Okay, I always find a kitchen.
Yeah, find me a
food truck, find anything.
Yeah, find it. You got
They
but
call
we
me
need-
Nola Plug.
Yeah, but hey, they call him Know the Blood. So shit, you find me there. If you was talking about social media, Triple DME. I mean, however you want to spell it, TRIPLED. Don't forget the M.E. That's me, Triple DME. That's on all platforms. I just started a TikTok. I probably got about 6 or 7 followers on there. Hey, 6 or 7 followers on there. So like now we're gonna judge the we're gonna see what Nolazine really doing, man. TikTok, you follow me on TikTok, it's cause of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we
Hey,
seeing it
drop
right
some
now.
clips and put it on TikTok for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
The games.
Oh yeah, let's see. Yeah, I can 17 be not 17. Yeah, for sure. So I'm I finally got on TikTok. Triple D and me. Hey, we on Who Is Me TV on YouTube. I got some crazy stuff. I got some cool stuff. It's all about motivation and inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, check it out. I'll see y'all there.
All right, we done.
All right, check.